All right, what do you boys want to talk about?
Just 141 the whole time.
That's what I'm talking about.
On.
Yeah.
It's on.
Oh,
It's on?
Yeah. That way we can just flow into it. I don't
You
know
had that thing on the whole time?
Yeah, it's on.
Shit. Well, let's get down to business. How's that 141?
Man. Shit. Good. Really good. Really good.
Would you consider it to be a game changer? You know, I know that's like end all be all, but would you consider that?
Like if you own an F1 foil, you need to have that 141. That's it.
The 141 carve.
Yes. You don't need anything else. You don't need the downwind. You don't need the other tails, whatever. That's the one. You carve, you pump, you downwind, you whatever you want to do. Yep. It's that good.
I know this because I heard it when did you get it? Like a weekend when we were there?
In Hood River.
Like the third day we were there.
So it was like,
Yeah.
10 days solid it was not, I mean, you weren't too aggressive, but you were definitely preaching the gospel of the 141.
I had the 135 downwind and the 145 downwind, and they were okay.
Well, you don't like skinny tails.
It's weird. You pump.
When you were riding code, you didn't like the 135.
Exactly.
You didn't like the.
I need feedback when I'm pumping. Like you pump, I need to feel something like the spring something. Those tails, those downwind tails, they don't do that. I mean, I'm not saying they're not good. I'm like if you're going really fast on good conditions, I'm sure they're fast. But that 141,
Yeah. Yep.
that thing will put you like in control.
Did you eat with it with like a spoon?
It was close to it. Like you should have it. You should buy one.
Yeah, I don't
Just
even have.
have it
I don't
around
even
your
have enough
house.
one
Even
foil.
if you don't foil, just buy one and just put it in the wall. Do something with it.
Just look at it.
Just look at it. It's that good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I wanted you guys to come in here because we haven't chatted for a while. Mm-hmm. We both have been on the podcast, and we're always downwinding, like sup downwinding. Mm-hmm. And I wanted you on the podcast earlier, Mickey, because you were always just a downwind foiler, like paddling, sup.
Yeah.
And I didn't believe that you were going to convert when the Parawing came out, right?
Me neither, all due respect. I didn't
Right?
think...
Oh, so you've been talking behind my back.
No, I wasn't talking. I was thinking behind your back, okay?
Okay.
Because you like the fucking paddle, you know what I mean? And even when
Well-
you were downwind foiling, he would be using, you'd be scooping up with the paddle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's just this guy. No, I didn't say it. I was just thinking it, maybe it's just not going to work out with you and the
Parawing?
Yeah, just look, man.
But you used to wing a lot as well.
Yeah.
Right? So you were always winging. You proning.
And I got into winging, almost hating it too. Like, something's wrong with this thing. There you go. Okay, so I got into winging. I don't remember how I got into winging. There were no conditions for downwind. It was, I don't know. It was like
Peer
shitty
pressure.
conditions.
Must have been peer pressure.
I don't know. Art
Seaweed.
was calling me from Maui like, oh, you need to try that thing. You need to wing. Like, if you're not doing anything else, you need to wing. And I'm, no, the paddle. And he's like, no, the wing. And so I started with that thing. And yeah, you get hooked. It's good. It was good. It was really good. But this Parawing thing is like, what it's different. It's easy. It's clean. Just the fact that you go to the beach and you don't have to pump.
Oh, dude,
Amen.
For me, it's perfect. I have everything in my van. I park it at my house or whatever. I just pull everything out. I walk down to the beach with my backpack on.
Yeah.
I walk into the water like straight, just like
Yes.
this. Paddle out, pull it out, shoot it up, gone. Like it's perfect.
Feels like you're cheating, like you're doing something.
Well, it
you're
is
not
cheating.
supposed- It is,
Yeah.
right?
Like if anybody's getting into downwinding now and they're getting in with a Parawing and they didn't go through the paddle, they're
man.
cheaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like learning how to downwind with the paddle with a Kalama board, with a Barracuda. You know what I mean? Like before that, there were no downwind boards. But if you learn with a downwind board and the paddle, it's easier. Now with the Parawing, it's
Well, it's like I told Arlen the other day we were shuttling, you know what I mean? I just looked at him and I said, well, fuck you, because you are the smartest motherfucker out of this entire group. You skipped the whole paddle thing.
He hated it. He hated it.
Of course he hated it. You remember
He hated
learning?
me. We did a run
Listen.
and I left him And he's like, why didn't you wait for me? I'm like, dude, wait for you.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking
Do you remember
about?
learning it? How insane is it to learn how to downwind sup foil in Puerto Rico specifically? Because Puerto Rico is hard.
I don't know. I don't know if it's hard.
Okay.
I wouldn't know. It was.
How many people are doing it?
Even if
It's harder than all these known places.
Yeah.
Harder than Hood River.
I mean,
sure.
Harder than Hood River for sure.
Have you
Yeah,
been there?
right?
Yeah.
Hood River is like so easy.
Yeah.
So easy. It's
So
like,
That's like cheating.
yeah.
that's cheating.
Right
That
there.
is cheating. But what I'm saying is there's guys like Arland, you know, and there's other guys out there too in our group that they might have made the right call. They did miss out on, you know, if they just would have put in 6 months of time, it was freaking buckets of fun, but they skipped all the suffering.
It was not fun.
It was fun.
No, it was fun.
It was fun.
I mean, I'm glad I did it, but man, it was brutal. Like the
was.
most painful thing I've ever done on that red board.
But now you got it, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm wondering if like I go back to the paddle, if I can just paddle up and go.
Oh, you can. Oh, you can. You're
Yeah,
going to be
right?
better at it.
Yeah.
I took my board out. The
you
other
did?
day. Oh, yeah. And
I haven't touched that paddling.
I don't know why. You've got it. It's like riding a bike. You're not going to miss a beat. I took that thing out to my little local foil spot in the morning.
Yeah, but sup surfing, come on.
It's the same though. You can
It's
tell,
not the same.
You can tell how you're balancing and carrying the paddle and getting into the wave, how you're going to be out there. You just kind of know. You can put a pulse on it. There's days where, you know, I'm downwind supping back in the day, and I start out at my foil spot in the morning, and I'm a total disaster. And so I know what's coming. I got out there the other day, and I felt like a freaking rock star. So
With the paddle? Oh, you mean in the morning, like surfing?
Yeah, but because
Sup surfing.
I think we're discounting what we're learning just a little bit, because on that Parawing, it took me a lot longer to learn how to balance and stay up on the board before you get up on foil than you guys. You guys picked it up pretty fast. And so I was
Well,
kind of
there was
kind-
another issue
there-
that we're not gonna talk about. Like you were having some other issues, so you know.
yeah.
Tell me about it.
But I'll tell you about the issue, but let me finish with my fucking closing statement here, okay? My closing statement is this, that the Parawing also works these little different stabilizers. You know, you're holding this bar like this, and so once you dial that in, I feel like some of that that knowledge that you learn stabilizing that thing and popping up on foil, I mean, it just benefits you on the sup foil anyways.
I mean, it all translates.
It all translates over. The only downside is you get a little lazy with the Parawing, get a little out of shape. You know what I
You
mean?
do get like your cardio is not the same.
Yeah, because you come in
not
and
the
instead
same.
of pumping in on the flats, you just Mary Poppins the situation.
It's not the same.
And boom, you're
Because
in.
When you're
Yeah.
downwinding with the paddle, you have like playing a video game. You have like 5 lives, 6. Like you try to pop up,
Yeah,
there goes
yeah.
one.
Uh-huh.
You try to pop up, there goes another one. You're on foil. Okay, so you're going 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 miles, depending on how those 3 miles are going. If they're going sweet and you're just turning and gliding and you're not almost pumping, you're good. You can go down and pop up again and you keep going. But if those 3 miles were like you're left, right, you know what I mean? And over the hump, left, right, and you're not doing well, and you go down to pop up again, you're kind of like, you're gonna, all right, let me take a breather.
Shaky.
With the Parawing,
Dude, you know how many times I've done that? Like getting up on my board, I'm like, okay, I can do it. And I stand up on my board, I'm like, and my legs are like,
that's it. I mean, you're gone.
But I think with the Parawing, like what you're talking about when you went back to the paddle, is when we're like supping, we're using the paddle a lot. And you are using your legs to like pump up.
Yeah.
But with the Parawing, it's a lot of legs and coordination of like little feather pumps.
It's different from the wing,
like-
right? To pop up.
Oh,
'Cause
way
with
different.
the wing,
With the wing, you have like
you kind of like just, you know.
You can row it.
you
well,
can
with the
pop that
wing, you
thing
have a
and
lot
go
of like forward projection. Like you've got a lot of speed.
Yeah.
And it carries you.
Yeah.
The Parawing's like doesn't gain any speed forward, right? So you have to like
you gotta be in
kind of
tune.
inertia it.
Like at first when I started with the, well, I have them all. I have them. I had them all. But the enses, the 3 meter enses, like when you're trying to put your knees on the board, that thing is just going all over the place. It's not steady.
Yeah.
What I'm saying. But the same with the first generation of BRMs. Like those first generations, when you put it out there and you're trying to just get on your knees, it's hard to keep like your balance on the board because it's a smaller board, while the Parawing is just going left and right, and you try to get some momentum going. But when you get it, you don't even have to look at the Parawing. Like if you know your Parawing, you already know what it's doing, and you kind of like get on your knees, get the speed, get on your feet, and go. But yeah, it takes a minute, like everything.
You know what's interesting though? I think your point earlier was like spot on, where you're like, we have a certain number of lives, after 5, blah blah blah, because some of these younger guys are like these pros, like they're not going to, but they could sit there and eat shit over and over or not get up, and they have so much gas in the tank, you know what I mean, that it doesn't really matter. So I'm not making excuses, but as you get older, those hits, like you might go from 10 lives when you're 30 to 5 lives when you're 40 before you're just down and out. You're like, oh, it's just over. I guess I'm swimming in. You know what I mean?
I haven't.
Well, it's stressful.
I haven't been back to the paddle, so I don't know. So we've been parawing in what? We started the same time.
A year. It's been less than a year.
It's not 8 months, 9.
It's been a year since like BRM launched their Maliko. It was
No, but like when we're like on, like we're not doing the paddle. We just started with the paddle. We just kept it
8 months, 7 months. Yeah.
I haven't touched a paddle since then. I haven't been on my 8-footer board since then. I've been on a 55-liter board.
Not even El Perro to paddle up?
No.
No?
No.
Nothing.
Maybe at the beginning, on and off, but no. Straight. No paddle. I sold my paddles. I don't have any paddles right now.
My man.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
The first guy sup downwind foil paddle in Puerto Rico, and you sold your paddles.
Yes. I don't have it. So I don't think I'm going to use them. I need one. I know I need one because if it gets like these days, that it's been glassy, whatever, there's no wind, it's weird, you want to surf. But I haven't. And I started on that 55-liter board, Frank board, and
is that a plug?
I ate some shit.
Is that a plug? Yeah, it's a plug. Frank's awesome.
I ate. That's my man, Frank.
Yeah.
Shout out to Frank, of course. That's
Well,
my man. Yeah.
Walt's in Maui right now testing some Frank boards.
There you go.
I don't know how much we can say, but there's Parawing boards.
Yes. I think I tried one
That's
of those.
why Walt went there.
Oh, that's why? Well, he
we'll
sent
say
2
that.
to Hood River. I tried 2 in Hood River.
Yeah, so there's 3 now.
Okay, so I tried those 2. I tried one of them. I tried it in Hood River. So yeah. But what I was gonna say is that starting on a small board was I ate a lot of shit. Like I swam.
But you used that 90 liter a lot, no?
I got like skunk on a 8-mile run in Luquillo. I swam the whole 8 miles.
No.
Yeah. Like you get out like of a cove and the wind wasn't that good. So we have to swim. The cove was like less than a mile to get out. Once we got out, it got worse. So then I just kept swimming. I said, it's going to get better. And the whole 8 miles, dude. I was just, okay,
I remember you sent
it.
that track. Yeah.
Just take it. Just take it. And then the worst was that one of the guys, one of the Luquillo guys, Rafki, I mean, that guy is like, he's like 100 pounds, whatever. He popped up somehow and he went all the way and he finished the run. So an hour passes by and he's calling me and I'm on my watch. Yeah, what's up? And he's like, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I can see the buildings, whatever. I'm just going to keep swimming. And then he goes, you want me to get you on the jet ski? Like, I got a jet ski in my house. I can just 15 minutes put in the water and go get you. And I felt like shit when he said that. I'm like, you're not getting me on a fucking jet ski. I'm going to fucking swim.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
It's a proud man.
No, yeah.
Yeah, the pride.
Yeah, I'm going to finish this shit. And I swam the whole way.
So when you fail a run, is it worse being on a Parawing or a paddle? I hate proning.
I hate it.
On my 65-liter board, just like paddling. It's the worst.
Hate it. Horrible.
But
I don't know.
Luckily, I haven't had any
I don't know
horrendous sessions.
Well, here's the thing: when you're on a 8-footer, right, and you eat shit, you're out there, you have to swim. You're kind of tired already because you try to pop up a few times, you couldn't, whatever, and you're like, ugh, fuck this shit. with the Parawing, you never popped up. So you're not that tired. You know what I mean? So the swim wasn't that bad. Yeah, I think I suffer more with the paddle.
See, I think I would prefer to have worst case scenario with the paddle because you can, all of us sitting here, we can pop up in just about any conditions and cover some ground. You know what I mean? We're going to cover some ground. With that Parawing, if things go south, you're just sitting there holding up a trash bag every 10 minutes. You swim, here's what you do. You swim. And then you're like, oh, is that the wind turning on? And it's not. And you get out this thing, and of course it's tangled, and you put it up, and you're like, yeah, it looks like you're fishing. You're 1 mile offshore, and you're doing this, and you get up and you start doing all this, kind of getting electrocuted.
Does it happen to you that you look around and you like looking for wind to
yeah.
And you're like,
oh,
why is there's wind everywhere, but not here?
Yeah.
You keep swimming and you think like the wind's not coming. Horrible.
So with the paddle, I think it's a different kind of frustration. You know, you're disappointed in your physical performance when you can't make it happen with the paddle. With the Parawing, you're just like, fuck the universe. You know what I mean? It's like things are just not working out.
It's not my fault. It's the wind's fault.
I'm here.
And then you gotta phone a friend, or your friend phones you. I usually phone my wife. You know what I mean? I look at it and I call her up and I'm like, listen up.
All right.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
How many times have you called your wife when you were sup downwinding?
Never.
How many times have you called your wife?
Hey.
What?
Come on.
What is it?
With the paddle. Never?
I don't have.
Are you sure?
One time. One time. Look, man, it's just because I shortened the run up. You know what I mean? That's it. I just shortened it up. But it wasn't because like I was like, hey, I'm gonna get out here. It's gonna be quick. You know, I'm not sure. But with the Parawing, you know, I if you guys remember correctly,
I'm gonna tell your story. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You want to start?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Which one? Which one? Because I got another one.
Because
he was the first Parawinger.
Oh yeah, we were there. We were there that day.
This is the future.
Yeah, we went with the paddle and he went with the Parawing. Yeah.
I've got a video of it on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And he's the first one in Puerto Rico Parawing downwinding.
He's having a blast. Well, you guys are
From Cabras, right? Was the Cabras
yeah.
from Dorado?
Yeah, to Dorado.
Yeah.
And you popped up, you went, done. Yeah.
And he was on a smaller board than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were on a 70-liter KT.
And you were thinner.
Yeah.
You were thinner then.
Yeah.
Because he was the only one that got a Maliko. I don't know how you got it. You ordered it online or whatever.
He got two. He got three.
So he was the first one to get a Parawing.
You know, he got
and
three.
He's the one that's had the least amount of Parawings. And he also suffered the longest.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, but that's because of that thing we're not talking about.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. What's that? You were talking about that earlier.
So on that day that we went out, he went out on a... It wasn't the 4 because you gave me the 4.
It was this...
For me to 5.
I started Parawinging because he gave me the 4 meter.
And you had a 5.
And he had a 5.
Whatever that size was, 5'1",
yeah.
whatever.
It was a 5'1".
Yeah. And you had a 70-liter KT.
Yep.
70 liter.
And a tall mast. I had a 32-inch lift mast and the 130.
Yeah. And he popped up. And I remember because we were out there, we paddled already, and he's like coming at us. And I'm like, this motherfucker's coming upwind. Like he's sailing. Look at this guy. He was like, whatever. And he did the run. So
it must have been an accident.
I don't know. No, because I think you went down once and you popped it up again and you went.
Yeah.
So he was the guy. I was like, shit. Okay, it's on.
And then
here's what happened. You see how Kai Linney trains for things, you know, flexibility and all the things that he does.
Yeah, you do the opposite.
I did the opposite. So what I did was over the winter, I decided I was just gonna bulk up. You know what I mean? Lift some heavy ass weights.
Yeah.
So I was gonna lift some heavy ass weights, drink liquid chicken, tons of creatine, and then booze up on the weekend and run around and lift humans. Right. So it all went south after I picked up my buddy John, who's easily 250. You know, we're hammered. I pick him up, I fall, blow out my fucking hamstring or whatever that was. Like this thing was just trashed. And so here I am. I keep just dealing with this. Here I am.
It's nice how you squeeze that accident in before you got heavier.
So here I am.
It's an accident.
Here I am, just swelling up. You know what I mean? I have zero flexibility. and I've got a pulled hamstring, and my whole body is just getting like, it's just curling up just like this. And I'm still thinking I can parawing. And after gaining, 20 pounds, trying to get up with no flexibility and just being real back foot heavy, it just wasn't working out. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that was just it. Maybe there was just some little something going on here, but
No,
I had to call my wife a handful of times after that.
I think you just got fat. you got fat. You got fat for the equipment you were using.
Yeah.
And then you had a few bad runs that got into your mind. You were what the fuck's happening?
You
with
were
me?
like, every time we got in the van, he
Yeah.
was like scared out of your mind.
Yeah.
You're like freaked out. You're like,
No,
I am not calling
you
my
might be
wife.
right. But look, you had a similar situation. I do remember Mickey getting on an Armstrong foil and having to sit on his butt for 4 hours.
We don't want to talk about
to
that.
paddle in because he couldn't operate the little carbon plane. So look, we all go through our little situations.
That was such a nightmare.
You can't fly a
Is it the
755.
blue? Is it the red?
You
I'm in
can't-
the middle.
That doesn't
Dude,
matter. That's
I know,
totally
so
different.
It was
Look,
going
man.
so bad for me. I'm in the middle of a run.
You were going through my
Yeah,
Parawing
no.
nightmare.
Yeah.
So don't beat me up too much about gaining 20 pounds and not being able to
Only-
operate a
it was
Parawing.
more than 20.
You can't ride a striped foil. Okay, so let's be fair. You know
What
what
do you
I'm
mean a
saying?
straight foil?
A
Striped.
Oh, striped.
No, though.
Sorry.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you got a thing with
It
the
didn't
stripe.
work. Yeah,
What
it
was
didn't
that?
work.
When did you ride a Armstrong foil?
That was the 755. That only a few people could downwind.
Oh, I love that foil.
And then this motherfucker got
That was
it.
not a bad foil.
No, it's not. It's-
excellent.
and I still think it's really fast for downwind. That 755, but it has this special way of
You were on his kit?
No, he was on mine.
Oh,
I got
okay.
it first. Then we did
Oh,
a
that's
run.
right. I
got
remember.
in front of him. He didn't like it, so he ordered it, and then that was it. He learned how to pump it. I never learned how to use the thing, and it just went thousands of dollars into the hole for me. Like I was
Man,
changing, I was changing everything,
Yeah.
and nothing was working. Nothing was working. That thing is just has a mind of its own.
Mickey would be like, it's the mast angle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit. I don't
Then it
know,
was the
man.
board. No, it's the chim.
That's
No,
the
it's
shim.
the fuse. Fucking fuse. No, it's the tail. Nah,
Sometimes,
none of that. Yeah, didn't work.
the universe just hands you your ass.
It did. That was that was going backwards for me.
Listen,
like
I
for
didn't
6
mean
months.
to turn it around on you, okay?
But you
Yeah,
did.
had a
Well, you
shitty
had to.
okay?
You had
Look,
to.
I had a shitty 6 months too. You had a shitty 6 months. Parawing kind of beat me up, and it was what Mickey said actually, which was the truth. It was a combination of a bunch of little things. I gained weight. I changed foils, changed boards. It was all these things, changed hand wings, and all of that together was just handing me my ass.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I got a more suitable board, less liters, but it planed better, dropped 10 pounds, got a better Parawing, and now I'm like...
Bigger front wing. Because I remember telling you,
Oh,
we're going to
yeah.
do these really short runs in the South, like we used it to practice the power wing and whatever.
Yeah.
You should come with us and just put whatever big stuff you have.
Yep.
Big board with a big
Yep.
front wing. Just forget about the foil and the board. Just concentrate on the power wing just popping up and sailing.
But what was
And-
what was interesting too that I realized after, and now I can say I'm very efficient at getting up with a Parawing, and we can swap foils out and boards and whatnot. But my approach came from my experience in Hood River last year, where it's blowing 30 and it's gusting 50, and you can get away with murder. You know what I mean? As far as getting pulled up out of the water.
Yeah, Hood River's such a... you can't compare that to anywhere.
So what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
it's dangerous to bring that over here. And when I look at, like, there's a few clips that I've seen of myself starting, and I was real back foot heavy, almost kind of plowing the board, coming back like this, and the technique was all wrong. And now, as you guys are aware, you just like with any type of situation, you get that board to plane and you want to kind of lunge forward. And so that right now I feel like I can, gain a little bit of weight, eat some cheeseburgers, and I can still get that thing up on foil.
You did in Hood River. You ate quite a
I ate
You
quite a few.
You ate quite a lot.
I ate quite a few.
Yeah.
Because I've learned the technique. I didn't think I needed to learn a technique. I didn't want to really respect the Parawing pop-up. I didn't think that was necessary. But you got to get that board level, and you kind of got to lunge forward, and your timing needs to be just right. And that's that.
Yeah.
Did you get to 200 when you got back from Hood River? Tell me the truth.
Look, man,
I got a
close
scale
in Hood
outside.
River.
Huh?
I got a scale outside.
No, I'm like 192.
Eight,
Look,
7?
man, the problem is when I didn't know that I was signing up to go to Hood River with somebody who boozes up every night. You know what I mean? I'm just trying.
You're telling me?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Roy.
I'm just trying to live a good, clean lifestyle.
All right.
And here's this guy just like handing me beers every time I'm done. I'm like, can we just have like sparkling water and move on?
Of course.
All right.
That's what happened.
All right, guys.
Okay.
I see the romance here.
Yeah,
you guys are cute.
No, it was we had a good time.
Yeah, because you guys were in Hood River for what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks. I got to tell you something funny. We're a good combination. We know how to deal with each other's shit. This motherfucker's organized as hell, right? So here we are in a Ford C-Max, which is basically a Pinto, right? It's a modern day Pinto. And we have the seat down, and Mickey owns the right side, and I own the left side of the car, okay? But the thing is, when we're done foiling, I know that I'm not allowed to start putting shit in there because I'm such a mess that, like I'll fuck it all up. So what we ended up getting into the rhythm of doing without coming up with any kind of rules or anything on paper was I'm breaking all my shit down, and I just sit there and I just kind of wait on Mickey. And Mickey, when he comes around to it, he's like, okay. And he just starts piecing everything in. And then before
the only way everything would fit in that car. There was
dialed.
no other way. If we would have done 3 days of just throw it back there and see what happens,
you would have lost. You would have lost your
no,
141.
the thing wouldn't come down. It wouldn't close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was a good combo. I didn't really contribute anything,
Nothing.
But
just a mess. Like spilled coffee, beers, cans, shit all over the place. It was like,
yeah.
But we had an awesome time in Hood River.
Because last year you guys did Maui.
Yeah.
Did you go to Hood River for a little bit? You went during the AWSI for like a week.
Year? Was it last year?
No, it
Yeah.
was the year before that.
It was the year before.
Wait a minute, it might have been last
No.
year.
This is the first year, like in 9 years, I haven't been to Maui. It was the first summer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was last year.
And what contributes to that? The Parawing?
No, I had some remodeling and some things I had to do in my house.
That sounds boring.
Yeah, it is. And expensive. And so I said, this summer, I'm just going to take a break and I'm just going to get all this construction that I have to do, get it over with.
Yeah.
And then if I finish, at the end, I might go a week or 2 weeks to Hood River because I haven't been there since the 14-footers, the paddleboard races, whatever, like, I don't know how many
That
years
was last year, by the way.
That was last
Maui.
year. Exactly. So this year, I didn't plan on Maui. So at the last minute, something personal happened. I couldn't travel. I did the plans with Roy. And then at the last minute, I made myself want to do it and I made it happen. I didn't do no construction. So that's still up in the air. I didn't do shit. I need to buy a fridge. I need to do a lot of shit in my house that I haven't done. And I went to Hood River and it was great.
That's called
wait.
being foil brained.
But Mickey should have. I need you to elaborate on something because I knew it was going to be a little bit of a mind fuck for you because Hood River reminds me of when I used to BMX. There was a place called Chenga World, right? Chenga World was in Cleveland, Ohio, and it was a very unique skate park where you had these box jumps, these 3-foot box jumps, and they would roll over at the top, and it was rhythm sections, right? Mm-hmm. And it was tight. Okay, so what you're used to when you ride bikes is, these big jumps and plenty of space in between. So this was a real tight rhythm section, and it's a different way to work it. So that's kind of how I see Hood River, especially, once you start going through Swell City and the Hatchery. It's these really tight bumps. Yeah. So what's interesting, and you need to jump on this grenade, is when you got there, I didn't know if you liked it or not, and I'm not saying it was a tail or not a tail, but I think it took a few days for you to like really get that. Like, it's not that you didn't have it figured out; it's that to understand what the hell that thing was, right?
Yeah, it was different. I already knew it was different because when we used to do it with the paddle boards, if you get on a bump in Hood River, on a 14-footer, and you don't keep paddling, you just stay there and enjoy it, and then you jump into another bump and you do that like 3 times, you're like, fuck, I must be like a mile
You're
away.
going nowhere.
And then you look to your side and you haven't moved.
You
and you're
went
like, what
backwards.
the fuck's happening? So on foil, I was wondering how was that gonna feel, I figured out like going really small there, unless it's like head high bumps, I think it's a waste of time because you just gotta stay like, and I didn't figure it out. Like you say, the first 2-3 days I was kind of doing the thing, but I wanted to eat some bumps and go, but then there's nothing in front of you. So you kind of gotta stay there. But once, I don't remember the day, but one day I kind of clicked and I went like, oh, because we were going like, oh, this is a 3-mile run. And I'm going to make it 4-mile run. And you're like, nah, you're not. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to zigzag the fuck out of this thing.
Yeah.
You don't. You maybe go 3.1 or something like that. Then I figured out, oh, I get it. You just got to like just stay on that bump, squeeze it to the end, get another one and do the same. The thing is, you do that for 7 days in a row, and then you get kind of burned. You get kind of like, all right, what's next? Like, I need something else. I need a longer run. I need something different.
Not as dynamic as the ocean. Or what?
No, because the ocean is kind of like, it's different. Every day is different. Even if it's an 8-mile run, open ocean is totally different from Hood River. But I loved it. I loved the experience. It gives you more time, kind of like to think where you are in the bump. If you want to stay high on the bump, if you want to carve, if that's your thing, but I don't know. It's different. It's different, but I think longer runs, I mean, I don't know, because we did Rufus 2 days in a run. That was a blast.
Insane.
That run for me was like, what
Epic.
the fuck is this? Like, I wanted to do that every single day. We got it for 2 days. It was enough. It was good. It was really good. And then few days before we left, because I keep hearing some days we parked there 10.
Parked where?
In the basement.
Not in
or
the
whatever,
loading zone.
in
The
Hood
hatch.
River. We get there 10, 11 a.m. and there's already people that have done 4 runs.
Yeah.
And
It's not like a race to get to the end of the run. It's a race to see how many runs you can do.
yes, we met
Definitely.
those guys. We met them. And they're
Just
like
nonstop.
If you do
Yeah.
if you
Once-
do like
It's
double
amazing.
digits, I think I don't know if it was the first time.
10. They're trying to get to 10 every day.
Yeah, Dan and Kevin did double digits. They did 10 runs. Like
I'm
8
done.
a.m. they were going at it.
I'm
And
done at 5, you know.
we did like
I'm
7.
opening
We
the
did
beer.
7 the most, I think.
Yeah, seven's
One day.
pretty
But-
typical.
but
if it's a
after
good
that-
day, 7's like, you did okay.
After that, it's not like it's hard. It's just like feels like you're clocking in for work, you know? You're like, all right, drive me up
All
and
right,
drop me
yeah.
off.
load
I'm
me
out
in.
there.
Yes.
All right, put me
And
up.
the first
All right.
mile is going to be a little rinky dink, and then it's going to get better, and I'm going to do my zigzags, and then I'm done.
And then you would think it's like a normal, because you get there, there's like 14, 16 guys going at it. And out of the 16 guys, there's 2 with paddles. The other 14 are just Parawings. And that like blew my mind. Like, holy shit, this thing is exploding. Because even I haven't been to Maui this summer, but I've been talking to some people, and you don't see 14 people going on a downwind run at the same time. Here in Hood River was like van after van after van. Like,
Well,
people
it's because
with
over there, it's so tight.
What do you mean?
The runs are so quick, and people are overlapping.
No.
In Maui, it's like
No, but I counted them. And like in one scoop, there was like 16 of us with Parawings on 2 vans.
oh, so you mean just Parawings in general?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So you get there and you think like, okay, it's a short run. Everybody's just gonna like fuck around and squeeze this thing. No, sir. No. They're running down the trail and they're jumping into the water and they're getting that thing out and they just poof and they're just fucking going. And I'm there, and I'm still there, like fixing my watch, and I'm like, what happened? Like, so every fucking run, it would be like 8 of them, and like 5 minutes later,
You know how many times Walt called me when I visited him in Hood?
How many?
All the time. At least half of the runs. He's like, and Walt's calling. He's like, and I'm like, hey. He's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm still on my run. He's like, well, hurry up. The van's going. I'm like, leave me. No, bro, just like hurry up. And I'm like, I'll go on the next one. I'm like,
so they're in another.
I want to go as slow as possible.
Yes, but it's like you said, there is how many? Yeah. So I don't know if they're enjoying the run. Because some of them I just saw them with the Parawing in front of them, with just fucking hauling ass all the way to the end. And I'm like, okay, so that's interesting. It was different, but still fun.
And how much sailing did you guys do? Like upwind, downwinders?
Well,
Más o menos,
are we going to talk about that big race, the second
that was the
annual?
first day.
The potato.
I mean, we have the silver medalist right here.
Did you bring the potato?
No, I left that at home. Started to do weird things. They wouldn't allow it on the airplane.
So what was that? It was a race, or?
So first day we get there.
Who put that on?
Eric from it was Eric and Roy from Kaoli Leash.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting that right.
Didn't know anything about it. Just first day, first morning.
Just a participant.
Pull all the shit in the car, and so we're going, cross the bridge, and then Roy sees this somebody he knows, and he just stops. Hey, how are you doing? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Starts talking to this guy.
No. Roy told me before he left that he was going to do a race, and he was going to win a potato.
But I forgot about it.
So you didn't tell me there was a potato race? You
Look,
already
man,
knew
there's
about
a lot
it.
of things I don't tell you because I don't want to stress you out.
All right. Whatever. So for me, I'm going to tell you my side of the story. So he starts talking to this guy, and he goes like, yeah, meet us up at the
bridge.
At the bridge and whatever. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And there's a race, but it's really like, between friends, a friendly race, whatever. There's no friendly race. There's never a friendly race. So we get there, and there's like 8 of us, 12 people. I don't know, whatever. We go for the race. There's some Parawings, wingers, there's paddle. And I'm like, Roy, but this is our first day. We're going to do a fucking race. Like, I don't know where I'm going. Like, and he's like, chill out. This is great. This is how we start the fucking day. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm like, Mickey, don't fuck it up. All right, just go with it. And I'm like, all right, I'll go with it. Fuck it. Let's do a race.
Yeah.
So we go. So we start the race. And
No, tell him what we talked about on the way there.
What did we talk about?
I'm like, hey, so what are we gonna do? Like, get up and put it away, and
like Parawing. Parawing racing is like interesting.
Yeah. So
what's the criteria?
We're like, it wasn't like an official discussion, but I'm trying to figure out. I'm not trying to be competitive with Mickey, but I want to beat him. I'm trying to figure out, what we're gonna do. Are we just gonna pop up?
Did we talk about that?
In my mind. Okay. Are we gonna pop up and pack it away? And, I get the vibe from Mickey. He doesn't say anything, really. You know what I mean?
It was light.
I'm like, this competitive.
It was light. You remember?
He knows. I'm like, he knows something. He knows something.
It was light. The wind wasn't that good.
It wasn't that good.
It was kind of, you could use a 3.6. You would be okay on a 3.6. So I went like, I'm going to do the 4.3. Because it's a race. Yeah. And so I'm starting, my brain's going like, all right, so all these guys.
He's been a competitor for generations.
I know, but
right?
Don't.
Look, he wasn't going to tell me what he was going to do. That's the problem. So that's the problem. There was only 3 of us parawingers, okay? And the race starts. I'm already up on foil, okay? They're on foil. I hear the whistle blow. I put the trash bag away. I'm thinking we're testing our athleticism. We're at tunnel 4. There are no bumps, okay? So, like, here I am. I pump out. I'm gassed out. I'm sitting there. I got to pull the goddamn thing out. I look over my shoulder, and here comes Mickey and
Kyle Maligra.
Looking like fucking Jack Sparrow with a goddamn sail out, okay? So lame. Just dead sailor like this, and they're just looking at me, and I'm like, guys, okay? And so here I am. I'm gassed out. I got to get all this spaghetti mess untangled. I get it up and going, and once I get it up and going, I'm looking at them, and they're just sailing, and the wind is not that great. So I just see them from a distance, just like sailing, just back and forth, and I'm like, these sons of bitches, they're never going to put
There
that
were
thing
no
away.
bumps. There were no bumps.
There were bumps.
There were no bumps.
They didn't want to make it difficult.
It's a race.
So these assholes kept that thing out the whole time and just, they were going back and forth. And I didn't have a choice.
He started first. So we got up, me and Kyle got up, and I think there was 2 wingers also. So we were just sailing around waiting for everybody. There were still people getting into the water to start the race. And all of a sudden, I look and I see Roy. No Parawing. He already packed it up, and he was just just going. And
was so hard.
And I crossed with Kyle, and I go like, "Hey, did he start?" And he goes like, "Well, that guy's going. Let's go." And so that was the start for us. No, we just turned around and started going. So when I started, I went like, you have to go on an angle. Like same as winging. You cannot go dead straight unless it's 50 something shit like that.
Yeah.
So me and Kyle started doing this like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're riding the same side, toe side, regular. Like everything was exactly the same. So we start and we go like this. And then when we go like this and we cross each other, we go like, hey, like it was really fun, like, hey, like, because there was nobody back. It was
what about the second time?
Then the second time we crossed and there was no hey. It was just more like, like a nod of the head and kept going. By the third time I went like, I don't want to look at this motherfucker. Like, just fucking go down. And he went like that the whole fucking race. Like that, and then the wind.
I can see him.
The wind
I can see him doing that.
Good and bad. It had some gusts. I've never been to that bridge.
White salmon?
Yeah. So as we get in there.
It's cold in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's really cold. A gust of wind started coming that I could put my wing straight to the bridge and I was just going there. And I look at Kyle and I go like, you're fucked. I'm going straight. And he kept doing the same thing. He just went there, went back. That gust stopped. So when he stopped, I had to like kind of go follow him to do the same shit, and he got me on that race. So I don't know, sailing experience, whatever you want to call it. I was happy just to get there. Then when I got it under I packed the thing and I keep pumping under the bridge and I do my whatever, turn back, dude. When I hit the water, I went like,
cold.
What the fuck? It wasn't cold. I'm feeling like my legs are burning. And I don't know, I never felt that before. And then they went like kind of tingling. And then I couldn't feel them. But I have to paddle. So every time I paddle, my hands got like really,
it's
was
not,
a fucking
it's not
nightmare.
that cold. Is it?
It was that cold.
What is it?
Yeah, look, man, Mickey's not used to
Like
the cold.
I don't do those
14
cold
Celsius,
plunge,
11,
whatever.
8, or what is
We
it?
don't do Celsius. We do Fahrenheit. I'm
shoot.
guessing like 60.
No.
I have no idea.
No.
I'm sorry.
60.
Less than that because what was
47.
that?
47.
What was that weird place you took me? You trying to get me drunk? Where there was a sauna and a jacuzzi.
No.
What was the name of that place?
What was that hotel? It was a spa.
Whatever. They had a cold plunge. How cold was it?
Not that cold, like 50.
The river was colder than that thing.
Probably 50. Yeah.
It was in the 50s. Let's call it that. But it was. That was our first day there. That race.
But it was interesting, even though that was just some rinky-dink potato race. We didn't even get a free leash. All due respect to the boys, to put it on. But, dude, what was it? Hey. What?
Don't you remember the breakfast they sponsored
That
for us?
breakfast was really good. Okay, all right.
Come
we
on.
did get a breakfast.
Come on.
I was expecting just a little
Fuck,
trinket.
Roy.
Well, a trinket.
Shit.
All right. But what I learned is if we're going to do a Parawing race, there needs to be like, hey, you can sail it from in this zone, and then maybe there needs to be like a no sail zone just make it I don't know, an athletic kind of race, or if not, fine, fuck it.
The same at the finish, right?
If not, fuck it, put a 12 meter up and just drag yourself the whole way. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they did the M to M with a Parawing. They did an M to M with a Parawing, and
But
they
keep it out the whole
kept
time?
it up the whole time.
Well, see that,
Which is interesting to me because I feel like
then wing it if you're gonna do that.
then wing it.
Yeah,
No, I don't know.
wing it if you're gonna do that.
I don't know. I mean,
I've been thinking about the racing thing with the Parawing and how it would work and
think it would be
criteria.
that- what
and
he's saying-
start it and you have 100 meters
Yes.
before
Yeah.
you have to pack it,
Yeah.
and then But then when you have to redeploy,
Well,
what's the
if
same?
you
You have
go
a
if
certain
you go
distance
down,
or what?
You're
You have
allowed,
like a timer.
You're allowed to use it to pop up, and then at the end do the
Well,
same
how
thing.
long?
Yeah.
You're like you pop up and you like
Yeah,
you know
you milk
shoot
it a
yourself
little bit.
forward. Like
Yeah, but you're already so screwed when you crash and you have a Parawing packed away. I mean, that's a minute or two. So what if you pop up and hold it out for another 10 or 20 seconds
And
or
you're
whatever?
not gonna go straight. You're gonna
Yeah.
kind of go on an angle, so
But
it's the same thing.
I think it could be so freaking awesome watching the races next year on Parawing if they just block off certain zones for you can't have your
at the
shootout,
start and
you know
at the
what I mean?
finish. Let's say at the finish, you half a mile before the finish, your choice. You can either keep it going without the Parawing, or from this buoy to the finish, you can get your Parawing out.
That'd be super cool.
Up to you. But the middle of the race, you have to foil it without a Parawing in your hand. You can only use it just to pop up. That for me, imagine these guys, they're gonna go smaller because they have a Parawing to pop them up. They're gonna go
Yeah,
on
yeah.
super 300, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Super.
300.
I mean, they're doing 5 whatever, right? 550 was the smallest, 5 something.
Yeah, 500s. Yeah.
Mike's Lab has a 340 wing. They're winging.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's another thing. What is there a camera they're looking?
It's
If you're going to Hood River, because Walt told me this, and I didn't believe him.
Oh, you
I
got
didn't
your
believe it. If
balls
you're going to Hood
busted.
River, dude, and you're gonna do the shuttling on the bus, like up and down and whatever, and you own a Mike's Lab, don't bring it. Just leave that thing at home. I did it, and yeah, it wasn't the same.
You got a lot of shit.
Dude, it was people were looking at me weird since I got there, like, oh, this is a Mike's Lab guy. I'm like, what the fuck's happening? Because I'm not used to that shit. You know what I mean? So like, and then Walt's like, your thing's gonna get scratched. There's gonna get,
Dude,
bumpy.
I mean, they pack like 50 people
Yes,
into a van.
I got it now. I got it. So by a week, it took me like a week. And then I wasn't getting, like everybody was getting a ride up. And then when somebody was going to offer me a ride that didn't know me, but saw the Mike's Lab, went like, no. And they kept going.
Well, because
They didn't want to give me
anybody
a
that
ride
has a
because I
Mike's
had
Lab-
a Mike's Lab. And I went like, fuck.
anybody that has a Mike's Lab is a little bit particular about their foil.
I
you
am
know?
because they're so fucking expensive, dude. And they're
Yeah,
so
yeah.
hard to
so
get.
they're like,
so
I don't want to deal with your attitude.
I got it. But I don't have an attitude for that shit. I have an attitude, don't fuck up my Mike's Lab.
Me and him just looked at you like,
Why do you say that?
Hey, man. Look,
Well,
I don't like my shit being scratched. Is that bad? It
Yeah,
just
no,
happens to
no.
be a Mike's Lab. I feel the same way about my F1, my 141. You don't touch my 141.
141.
Fuck that
man.
shit.
All right. So I saw, speaking of that, I saw Austin Kalama there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What a fucking legend, okay? Let me tell you something. I looked at his foil. We're in the van, and I had already talked to him earlier on. You know what I mean? And this dude's just a champion, you know?
dude, it's got more crevices than a rock.
That thing was fucking hammered. It looked like this table. It was just beat to shit. You know what I mean? And here's the rest of us middle-aged men, you know, like sanding it with our foils with like 300 and then 6 and 8 and 1,000, like just to get it just perfect. And his is just fucking hammered. And what was so amazing about what he said with full confidence, I'm like, wow, dude, if that foil could talk, you know what I mean? I bet it's so many cool fucking things, but Jesus Christ, fucking beat up, you know? And he just kind of looked at me, you know, kind of like prepared himself just a little bit, but in a really cool way, because he's a cool motherfucker, you know? He was like, look, man, if you think that one little scratch on your foil is going to slow you down or mess you up when you're out there, guess what? It will. You know what? You see all those scratches on my foil? Those make mine faster, okay? It's all in your head. So you think those scratches mess you up foiling? You're screwed right out of the gate. Look at mine. It's great. And then you know what? We went out there. We all left together. And I think that at that time, that's when you saw the video of him
do
downwinding and
Doing the backflip.
backflipping. And his board is not what like.
I mean, it's shaped like this couch.
It's like
It
there is
was-
no
yeah.
way that we average mortals are going to make
Whoa,
this
whoa.
gear.
I'm
all right.
fucking
You're
like-
look. You're high
I'm
level
joking, I'm
mediocre
joking.
at best. Okay. Look, the what I'm telling you is That dude's a freaking champion.
Yeah.
His stuff looked like hammered dog shit. He gets out there. Yeah, it takes him a little while to get up. And then guess what he does? Backflips as expected. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, he could do that with a grouper on his line.
Yeah, exactly.
Easily.
The champion. I saw him warm up, and he's a freaking athlete. Like he knew. I don't think he knew anybody was watching, but out of the corner of my eye, I just see him like spring up. Like his vertical is like 3 feet, and he does a 360 and just lands like in a karate position. I'm like, shit, man, this guy's got it. So it was a real.
That's
treat.
what I was hearing that night because I heard something that night when I went to sleep. I was just Roy's on the next room, and I'm hearing some.
Yeah, I'm practicing.
And I'm like, what the fuck is the
I'm
guys?
like,
So were you doing?
Yeah,
those
I'm
360s
thinking
and
if I can do
landing
the
them?
three, and I was scratching on my foils. I'm like, if I can just
You're
do the
scratching
360s
on your
and beat my foils up, I can do the
There you
backflips
go.
just like Austin.
Hey, I want to get this because, like you said, we haven't spoken since we got from Hood River, and a lot of shit's been going on. So let's talk Parawing. Parawings, like
We do a lot of that.
Oh,
I know, but
some brands are going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah. No, I want to talk brands. I want to talk whatever you've tried, how you feel about them, what do you think is the top? Because I'm having a little bit of a.
You don't watch the podcast?
I watch it, but I mean,
There's like 16 people
what do you mean?
that watch the podcast, and I'm hoping you guys are part of that.
Okay, but I'm here now and we're talking. You know, remember I have to do some.
I'm
take
just
some
wondering
snips out.
if you've seen any of them, because we did talk about it.
Oh, really? But
Yeah.
not with us.
No, not with you.
It's different. It's not the same. What did you talk with those other people? Like you got really techie and shit like that? Nah, we're not getting techie. We just talk to me right now.
What do you want
Tell
to
me
know?
a top 3
Oh, top 3?
Parawings.
Yeah, Ozone.
Like no, not like people are using it or for
No.
no for you personally,
Right.
like for
Ozone.
yourself.
The Frigate. Man, the third is tough.
Really? Is in that order? So you're putting ozone first?
No, like Ozone and Frigate for me are like, I'm having a hard time figuring out which one is better,
Okay.
because they have like little differences, and one's
Yeah.
better for
we're
one than the
splitting hairs
other.
there.
But
The way I see it,
know,
they're
it's-
both
it's so-
really, really good.
it's so tough to decide.
Yeah. But
So-
I mean, is there some
When I was on the Frigate, I was like, oh my god, and then I sold them all, and then I went back to the Ozone, and I was like, oh, well,
right? Yeah.
you can't go wrong with. I mean, you just can't go wrong.
You
with
can
either
go wrong
of
with
them.
either. I think if you
The third one I'm having a hard time with. Like we don't need a third place.
What's interesting though is
If you're third, you're last.
Isn't it weird how there's a lot of reviews
Then I
out there?
would probably say it's the flow. The flow's pretty good.
the flow
It's like
sales really good
in the smaller sizes.
in the smaller sizes.
You know, like
Once you go 4 and up,
yeah.
But
I mean,
but what's interesting is there's a lot of reviews out there, or I wouldn't say a lot. There's a handful out there, and I don't feel like Ozone's getting the credit they deserve. Like they're putting other ones up there, and it's really blowing my mind. You've tried them all.
It's because
You've
people
tried
are
tons of
because
them.
people are tired of hearing that Ozone's the best.
Oh, they're
know?
mixing it up.
They're like, oh,
I mean,
they want to be different. You know, I think that's
right
the
now,
case because
if you take the ozone as it is and you just put shorter lines on it, it's
and a little
perfect.
stiffer lines.
I don't need anything else.
Glue
Like if
them
you
up.
put shorter lines on the 3.6 and up, because the 3 is okay. 3.6,
I have no issue with the 3.6. 3.6
short,
down.
if you put
perfect.
shorter lines, like
Yeah.
4.3.5, cool. I can shorten the lines and then
you
make
have
them
to
more
try.
snappy.
You
but
have to try.
the 3.6, I don't know. It's perfect.
You have
for me.
to. You don't know this story. So we went to dinner. One of the nights we went to dinner.
I know the dinner.
Okay, so in that group
Heard
was
stories about that
was
dinner.
this guy. I don't know if you know him. It's Keeeeny.
Ken-
Keeeeny cannot get. So he's there, and I keep just busting his balls about like, hey, dude, my lines on my 4.3 are just too long. Like, shorten the lines, please help me, tell me how to do it. And he's like, no, that's too much work, whatever. Blah,
It's
blah.
a lot of work,
and
man.
I keep hassling the guy, whatever. At the end, he goes like, because we were having dinner at this golf course, which is really nice. And I didn't know, because he doesn't tell me everything. This guy is a beast playing golf. And
Are you?
I didn't know it.
Not trying to brag.
And also I didn't know that I think Ken had like he went to college or he had some program. He was like this awesome golfer too. And so they go at it. They start drinking and they go at it. And I go like, hey, we can solve this really quickly. Let's do 1, 2 holes, rounds, or whatever you call it. I don't know shit about golf. But if you win, if Roy wins, you give me your 4-3 with the short lines.
Yeah.
All right? And he goes like, yeah, like this guy is like,
And
I'm
you give
not losing.
and you give him your 4-3 with the
Exactly, and I
long
give him
lines,
my
and then he'll
4-3.
fix them
Exactly.
because he has to.
It's a long story. I'm just going to leave it at this. I got Cannot gets 4-3 with the short lines.
He got it. He walked out of there with it. And I didn't play any golf.
I'm not. If you want the whole story, you got to talk to this guy. But
Yeah.
We don't want the whole story.
No, we don't want the
No,
whole
sorry.
story. I'll leave it at that. So, hey, Ken, thanks. It's awesome. That 4-3 with the short lines.
One day when we were there, I accidentally grabbed it. I thought I was grabbing my 3-6, and I grabbed his 4-3.
Yeah, I heard- I heard
They were
that.
the same color.
If you're
yeah.
overpowered, like, it's gnarly. And so this was a day where I was like leaving from the basement and I was going to upwind and play around. And so I'm on my 3-6. Well, no, I'm on his 4-3 with the short lines. And I'm sitting there going, this thing has a shitload of power. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is a totally different day. And I was like, and it would turn so well.
Are the lines shorter than the 3-6, like original 3-6
They're
lines on the
kinda-
4-3,
I
or
kinda
similar?
measure- they're kind of the same as the
Yeah.
3 meter.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was
Yeah.
it was a real.
Yeah, he told me the story. It was funny.
Anyways, it was really funny because then Mickey called me. I had my headphones on. I'm
Yeah.
jamming out to my music. I'm just like, yeah, I'm so cool. And then he called me. He's like, hey, you're on my 4-3. And I look up at it and I'm like, shit, I am.
Yeah, because
Like, no wonder I'm so lit up.
It was fucking blowing.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it. He's sitting on the board and he's just holding the thing like, and I'm like, he doesn't know it's a 4-3. He thinks it's only 3-6. So he got in, but yeah.
The short lines were good.
So thinking that, because when I tried the frigate, I didn't try the 3-5. I tried the 4 at one time.
A lot of range to him.
And I thought it was the power. It's just, they got a lot of power.
Yeah, but then on the top end also, you can hold it down.
I mean, but you got to be strap in. If you're overpowered.
So flying the
And if you're not-
so flying the ozone unhooked,
Yeah,
you can take it a little bit further.
that's what I'm saying.
Once you hook into the frigate, it feels better than the ozone in general and overall
But
because
you
it's
have
like
to be hooked in.
it's all solid. There's no
Yeah.
flapping. It's but you need to be hooked in.
Yeah.
So there's a little
But now
trade off
you're
there. But
sailing
we're
around-
always I don't know. I hook in all the time. I'm always got
Really?
my hook.
I'm
always
not.
got it.
I
we
tried it.
sail. I sail a lot upwind. So we're not just doing downwinders, but yeah, for hood or if you want to get in the nitty gritty, then it's complicated. But those are definitely top 2.
But that's like overall sailing around, doing downwinds, doing whatever you want with the thing. Still, I'm saying if you want to pop up and go, any brand will do. Like if you just want to put it out there and just help you pop in foil
for
and
sure.
pack that thing, any brand, the cheaper the better. If that's what you're going for, anyone would work.
Sorry. Yeah, you're like
Wow, your hands just exploded.
yeah, Parawings were kind of worn out on the subject.
I didn't know that. Oh, now I get it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So your last
The
8 podcasts has been
the last 10 podcasts we've
Okay.
talked
Well,
about
we haven't
Parawings.
seen it, like,
Oh, just,
all
That's
right.
what I'm saying, man. Have you seen my
All right. My bad.
I want to talk about foils.
All right, let's talk foils.
wow.
141 F1 though.
That's it.
Thing is fucking awesome.
No, I
Thanks
see
to
like
Chris McDonald. That's the guy who put me into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guy just went, hey, this is what you need.
The 141.
Yeah, I nailed it.
That's what he rides? No way.
He does with the 800 Eagle, I
He's
think.
on the skate all the time.
He's on a skate all the time. Yeah, I don't know which tail, but yeah, he got me into that.
That I've seen like a big shift, and I assume you guys are on the same, that when you're sup downwinding, we're on super high aspect, you're downwinding. So you're downwinding. You're going pretty straight, but you want to carve, but you need efficiency. And what it changed with the Parawing is that we're turning into a lot more of a surfy aspect of downwinding. So you want something a little bit more turny. You don't need as much glide. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
how do you
I
feel
agree.
about it? Because
I agree.
I think there's like a shift, especially when Parawings first came out. It's the same. They're like, oh, we're going to use them for downwinding, you know,
Well,
and
here's
we're going to downwind them. Now we're like,
Yeah.
cool. Now we just go out and we do sail sessions. Like, we're not even winging anymore.
So
right?
you don't want to go out. You don't want to go out on a really high aspect foil to sail around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you kind of want to go that.
But even for your downwind runs, I feel
well,
like I want to.
think it's more than.
I say that, but I'm always on the 770. Like, that's all I ride. But
Well, I
but
mean,
I see it. I see it in general, you know, as
Yeah.
like
because
in
you're,
people's quivers.
before you're doing the downwind now, people who got it and they're enjoying their self-power-winging, you sail around a little bit before you go for that downwind. You know what I mean? Like us, we go out of Pine Grove, whatever. Before we get to that buoy,
I'll be right back.
we're waiting for people or something. You're just going up and down and jiving and sailing around. And it's more kind of winging. Because when you wing, you didn't wing with a high aspect, right?
No, I mean,
Exactly. So it's kind of the same thing. So
unless
now
I was lazy, but that would
you're
not be my
winging
choice.
with this mid aspect, if you want to call it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then once you're going downwind, then you deal with it. You know what I mean? And if you go down, you don't care. You pop that thing up and you're going again. So I think the really high aspect foils now, unless you're doing like a race, like you say, maybe next year.
Yeah, because you got that momentum,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
And you
you
got
go-
it. You got it in Hood River, and I'm like, cool,
Yes.
but like you don't need those things. Hood
No.
River is totally different. It's so hard to compare
It's
to
different.
anything. Like Puerto Rico, I feel like there's so many different conditions. I assume also because I've done a lot more runs here. There's a lot like different changing
Well,
swells.
I mean, Malico is Malico. That place has a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. I've been on it days that are really clean, but they don't seem to be the fastest. And there are days that you think the water's all over the place. There's not a pattern to it, and you just fucking
Fly.
hauling, flying. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying with the Parawing, the sailing aspect, you go like, oh, I'm not taking this really high aspect foil. Let me take something, less, more turny. You know what I mean? And if a downwind, you're still gonna downwind.
Also, do you think it makes a difference having like a smaller board? You're on a 55 liter. How much leverage you have against that 616 momentum?
It feels like when I used to do the 8-footer and go on a downwind. If I had to go on a really big bump, down a big bump, you're kind of like used to it. And you're like, okay, let's go. At first on the 55 liter, when there was a really big bump, I was kind of like, it didn't feel safe. It felt like I'm missing something here. This is too light.
It's different.
It's different. But once you get used to it,
It's locked.
what? Oh, he's bringing beers. There you go, Roy. Fuck. You're my boy, Blue.
Here we go. Hang on. Let me open it
All
for
right.
you.
So,
So what we learn?
we're still trying to
I was
figure
just
it
saying,
out.
like, what he was saying now is that when you're doing a downwinder and you're on like a big bump and you're on these little high aspect foils and you're like loaded, bombing, and you're on this 8-footer, you're more like locked in. When you're on this like 55 liter
Smaller
little
board.
board and you're
Feels
like
different.
bombing down and you're like locked in on this downwinder,
But here's the thing. So
feels
on my
different.
8-footer,
But we tow a lot.
I was doing the 770 like you.
Yeah.
And it felt perfect. Anything smaller than that for me, because I'm not used to it, it felt too turny. But now with the smaller board, I don't know how to explain
And
it.
after Hood
if
River.
you have after Hood River, then on a smaller board, if you do a really high aspect foil, it kind of like it doesn't go with the board, like it's not doesn't feel the same. So I kind of got used to. I was riding the Mike's Lab 825, and that thing is 36 inches.
Yeah.
I think the 770 is like 39 or something.
770?
Yeah, the 770 is 39 inches. 38 and something, if you want to be specific about it.
Yeah.
Whatever. So it felt really good. One of the days it was gusting 40 or something, and I got the 600 out, and I took it like for 3 runs. And the first run, I was like, what the fuck
The
is this?
616 momentum.
The 616 momentum. And then on the second run, I kind of got used to it. But here's the thing, on Hood River, On a
Man,
600,
those things are so slow. You don't need to you just glide it out.
but it was so fucking, it was on that I was just going through everything. Like my lines were just fucking a straight line. And it feels good with a small board. So that's why I think now when you're power winging and you're on a small board, even if you're doing downwinds, like not at such a high aspect foil, feels good. Feels with the board. I don't know. That's me. I don't know how you feel about it.
Well, I think that we're able to get away with less glide on the foil because we're more efficient as foilers just from one simple fact.
You're not as tired also.
Well, but holding a paddle, just holding a paddle like this, it changes your body position a little bit. And if you're super pro guy, it's not a factor for you. But if you're, average, high level, mediocre foiler, whatever, try pumping around on a downwind board, holding a paddle by the neck versus that same setup and throw the paddle. So what we're doing is we're getting a smaller board, we're getting our bodies into a more comfortable position. And if you're stuck in a hole, when we had the paddle, some of us sometimes would reach for it to dig ourselves out of a hole. Well, now we don't really have a choice, and it's a blessing in disguise. Because
it took you a second to figure out how to jump forward and shit.
It made me a better foiler.
Exactly. That's what
not
I'm saying.
having the paddle in my hands.
The paddle.
Yeah, you used to be like so upright and be like,
No,
I see you. We're on a downwinder, and he's like,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So the paddle, the paddle's great, but the paddle's a crutch, and the paddle also changes your balance on the board, and that reduces your efficiency. So that's why when we're on the downwind sup boards, if we're measuring all those tiny little things, which we have to, because we're not these rock star guys that are out there on the internet, you know what I mean, just pumping around for freaking days. That's why we're on the short mast, the higher aspect, and everything else, because we're trying to maximize the amount of glide and efficiency on those foils based on the rider's capabilities. Now with the Parawing, we're spending zero energy on the pop-up. So you get up fresh. You can put that tall mast on there, and you can put a surfier foil within range of your capabilities, and you can handle it. And your heart rate is at whatever it is. It's just at a regular.
No, it's bad.
No, it's good.
No, I mean bad. Like you're not doing any work.
No, you can.
It depends how much you're carving around.
You can get into it.
But
I
it's
think
fucking me up. I was in bad shape when I was paddling.
Yeah, of course, because we're spending all our energy.
Cardio.
We're spending mental energy right now reading the bumps, trying to figure out how we can play on them harder, and you just keep that foil high, and you don't have any of that stress of that long ass board going down and you having to dig or how you pump.
I think on the sup you're spending a lot more energy like trying to burn and stay at speed versus when you're on a smaller board, you don't realize how much energy you can gain from carving.
But even
how much inertia you can gain from
even with the Parawing. So you take get on your same Parawing setup and take out your telescoping Insta360 camera and then get into a hole. Your pump is fucked up. And it's just because you're holding like some object. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the number is, 25%, 30, 15, it doesn't really matter. What I'm saying is when you're going to pump, if you have an object in your hand, even the Parawing itself.
I hate taking a camera with me.
Even the Parawing itself, it's going to reduce some of your ability to navigate that foil. And so once you've got that thing stuffed away, your runs just naturally become more relaxed and surfier.
It's for a time I used to do the long mast on my my downwind board, the 8-footer. I hated it. Couldn't make it work. It would work maybe if it was bombing and if it was really good, big bombs, you could make it work, but it doesn't matter.
What's long? 85?
85, yeah. And then I went like, this thing sucks. Like 75 is perfect. I don't know what happened in between power winging. Yeah, I know what happened. One day I was on the 75, but I was just sailing around.
Yeah.
When I'm sailing, I felt like I was winging. And I'm like, this is too short to wing. So I went and put in the 85 mast. And it was perfect. And I sailed around. I went got some little bumps. And on those little bumps, I felt that I could pump them and stay with them and play around. And I'm like, I'm on the long mast. This doesn't make sense. So now I'm thinking just the shorter board for me has made it able that I could use a longer mast. And it feels perfect. Like in Hood River, the long mast, the 85 mast felt like nothing. Just curving around, going left and right, pumping. Even when you're ending the session and you have to like kind of like pump on flat water for a bit, it felt great. So maybe I think the shorter board gives you that advantage of using a longer mast. That's my thinking. I don't know how you feel about it.
I don't know. I'm on a 75. That's all I've got.
That's where you're messing up. Walt told me when I got there, I had my 77.
I have all the gear in the world, but I'm like, I only have one foil.
No.
I'm just
But
so
you should
scared.
try it.
I'm
If you're
so
a
scared to
small board,
use a foil.
Try the long mast and see how it feels.
For Parawing.
Yeah, when I was in Hood, I
Parawing,
used
just
the 77 KT mast, and then I used the 85 no limits one day with a code setup. I was on the 850S, which was awesome. That was super fun.
That's like a perfect number for Hood River. That 850.
Yeah, the 850 was sick. Yeah, it's like the 770, but it's like way more surfy and like critical. It was super fun.
Those guys they're I mean, the guys that know are on the tall mast. Now, you're pro level, you ride whatever you want to. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is if you're really measuring it, especially in Hood River, you get on that longer mast. You don't have to be a super athlete to do it anymore. There's so much juice and energy there. Like, you can get away with murder.
I think if you're in the ocean and you're like going back and forth or you're traveling, whatever, and you can only afford one mast, get an 80.
Yeah.
That's
80's
a good
great.
number.
80's great.
That's what I have on that F1. That 80 is perfect.
It's great.
Like when we got from Hood River, we did a Guadilla run, right?
That was awesome.
And
we did two of them.
Yeah, but I mean, we went one day to Aguadilla to do that run. Mm-hmm. And so the first run, whatever, it was a nightmare to pop up. The wind wasn't as good. And I said, this is going to be dog shit. But dude, once you got outside for some reason, there was like a little ground swell going from east to west or something. The bumps were like just lined up. It was so fun. And I'm just doing the same shit I was doing in Hood River in my 80 mast, and it was light wind, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like I think it's the small board. It gives you more advantage of using that tall mast and just playing around. So,
well, your board is super light also.
Yes.
His whole setup is super light.
Yeah. I asked for that when Frank made it. I said, I don't like heavy shit. Just make it as light as you can.
I don't care. Like when people come in, they're like, they pick up a board like, oh, it's heavy. I'm like, yeah, it's like 1 pound heavier than the Pro Carbon. I'm like, 1 pound.
Listen, in the water,
like you don't
matter.
go to the bathroom in the morning. You're 2 pounds heavier. You know?
Here's the thing for me.
Like,
so
I don't know.
In the water,
I don't mind the weight.
It doesn't matter because I remember using, I don't remember the weight now, but those 14 footers, I would get some custom ones that would ultra light, super whatever. And then on heavy days, if I get them on a heavier board, once you get one of those bumps,
just more inertia.
Exactly. The thing was just go forever.
That's why he was always so fast. Right? That's why he always beat us. And
Christ.
like,
no, that's
so that's also something.
That's
We were
true.
always racing.
Yes.
There's no racing.
Yeah.
When we're parawinging.
No,
it's like
never.
who can go the slowest?
No.
A rat's
You're like,
ass.
I was last. You're like, you motherfucker. How'd you get last?
He milked
you know?
it.
Yeah.
He really milked it. And I drew more lines than you.
It was awesome because in that Aguadilla run, which is like 5 miles, you start at Chacks, right? And you're kind of like just fucking around, waiting for everybody to pop up and go. You go, do your thing. Once you're past Surfers Beach, you're doing the same thing. You pop the Parawing again, and you're just going upwind and downwind and upwind.
Playing around.
You don't care about getting first. You're just fucking squeezing the run.
Yeah.
Which is...
More time on foil.
It's such a different game now. You know what I mean? The sup paddle thing was the best thing ever. Like for the longest time, that was the best thing ever. But now this is just a different game.
How long do you think that's gonna last for the races?
What do you mean?
Like the paddle.
Oh, how long? I don't know. I mean, racing is always a thing. Like
But
it's always going to be a thing.
Why would you choose to go with that if you can go faster on a smaller foil? on a smaller board, be more efficient.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's a different thing. Paddling is this like it's an elite thing.
Yeah.
Right? Getting like paddling yourself up and paddling and like throwing the sail up. Like I don't know if it has the
I don't see it
same
going
like
anywhere. I think those are
no, yeah, I'm
like
just
I don't think it
saying-
has the same allure. They're still doing 14 footers.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. How many?
10.
Yeah.
No, I don't know how many.
But listen, and props to the people who still do that because that's a grind.
Like the 14 footers, you mean? Yeah. Or
or
proning.
16 or
Pro.
Oh
unlimited.
my God.
my boy
Prone.
Steve from Maui.
But
No,
that's
thank
more of
you.
a triathlon thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
more endurance. You know what I mean? It's not. You're
It's
not.
a totally different person. Like I am not.
Yeah, but I mean, or foil racing is endurance too.
Yeah.
Now it is.
Now it is.
Now it is. Now it is.
Like
Did
the
you
M2O?
see that?
Yeah.
Well, no, you saw it, but
Oh, I'm watching those dots,
the
baby.
the last part of the M2M with
Edo and Kane.
pumping that thing. I didn't know what front wing was he using or something. And somebody in the comments went like, "Oh, he's on a 500, 550," and I'm thinking like, have you pumped a 600? And you always think you're gonna go down, and
Yeah.
and just to keep it alive,
Yeah.
And this guy just went that whole, I don't know, quarter of a mile, last of the race, just
Well, he surfed it.
well.
Did you see him?
I mean, but still, you have to put yourself in the surf.
Yeah, yeah.
And he pumped his way to the surf, and then he surfed and did whatever.
And then he went to the flat. At the
Still.
the last like
Still, dude,
100 meters, it looked pretty rough.
dude, it was a 500 and something.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a small
Looked
front
rough.
wing. So
He had the 141 tail on though.
of course it did. Of course it did. But I mean, it's just that's endurance right there.
Yeah. No, it's an endurance
that's-
race. So you don't stop pumping.
You don't stop pumping.
I think there were two different styles. I wish I could have talked to them. I've messaged them, never answered me.
Neither one of them.
No.
Let me get with them.
Yeah.
Edo.
Edo.
Edo's my
Neither.
boy.
Yeah.
I'm his
and
hype man.
I was on the live stream. His girlfriend's doing the live, and I'm like commenting. I'm telling her where they are and what the dots are doing. Dude, I had like 3 screens up.
He's a busy guy, dude.
It was
He's a
super-
champion.
I
He's
love
a
that. It was
champion.
so
He's a
entertaining.
champion, dude.
I know.
Well,
But I think they're two different styles. Like Kane is a lot more like flowy and carvy. I don't know. Like you can't see them because you don't know what they're doing during the race. Edo was just like, I feel like he's just pumping, gliding. Like it's just very endurance. He's super fit. Kane is,
think
I don't
they're
know
both-
what Kane looks like. I haven't.
I
like,
think
but
they're both
he's a lot-
absolute fucking
I mean, they're
hammers.
insane. They're insane.
They're both
Yeah,
fucking hammers.
insane.
They just one
They're
makes
young.
it look
How old are they? 20-something,
One
both
makes
Yeah,
it
they're
look
both in their 20s.
They both make it look fucking easy because where if it was us, it would be like after about 15 seconds, you'd
dude, I
start
don't-
seeing that board point upwards, and then it'd just be like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
I mean,
these guys are just lunging forward
Oh, no,
because
it's just insane.
That's how this sport goes. That's why I did that. That's why I did that race last year because I'm not a fucking dum-dum. I know that there's like plenty more of these guys out there just like this. They're track stars. They're super athletes.
Yeah.
And so my opportunity to go
insane.
in and like finish like half of the pack
Yeah,
or
to
whatever.
be
it is,
like a downwind
that's-
foiler and
like-
like enter the race and think you're gonna do good.
Yeah, no, because
That's
guess what?
over.
You're gonna have 20-year-old track stars coming into this sport here pretty soon. And
Well, look at the top guys. They were all at the back.
Yeah.
yeah,
Kaileni, not in there.
Listen,
Casey,
I gotta
not in
do it.
there.
We're running track in the
I
ocean.
gotta give it
That's
to
what
Kaileni.
I'm trying to say.
Kaileni still, he was 10, 12, something.
Yeah, still good.
He's still good. He was still there.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed. And I'm sorry if he watches this. I know he's not going to watch it, but if he does, I was really disappointed with James Casey.
Oh, he watches it. Yeah, he's a big fan. He messages me all the
What
time.
happened? Dude,
I like how you look at the
Casey,
camera.
what? Like,
Come on.
I would expected him to be more in that top 10, right?
Dude, he's got 20-year-olds that he's competing against. Like they're
what?
fucking
He's got
20.
kids.
Oh,
He's, got a
that's it?
he's a family man.
Okay.
He's running a business.
How old is he? Does anybody know?
62.
Fuck. Listen, dude, when you're competing against a 30-year-old and you're how old is he? 35, 40? I'm not really sure. I'm not trying to
No,
be
he's not.
disrespectful.
He's definitely not
Okay,
40.
so it brings me to
Who
the
cares?
It brings
Like,
me to the
those kids are track stars.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
brings
yeah,
me to
yeah.
the point.
It's totally
so,
different.
Ido was on a 5, whatever. Kane was on a custom, really, that thing was a fucking machete. That
How
thing,
old is
that, a
Edo?
knife.
How old is Kane?
Forget that. Get these two guys on a smaller foil
23.
on a Parawing. And they're going to do faster and better on a smaller board with a smaller front wing.
I don't
Potentially.
know.
You
Why?
don't know? Of
Dude.
course they're going to do.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
You need the wind to get up and go.
Yeah.
And they're already, once it's packed away, they're already pumping.
They're gonna
already using.
They're gonna be on a
their
5
physique.
foot board. They're not gonna be on a 9 foot or an 8 foot.
I know, but that adds inertia. That's speed. Like that straight lines.
I think Parawing.
I don't know if that makes a difference.
I think Parawing is gonna make that race. The whoever does it on a Parawing is gonna be a faster time.
I think it
know.
depends on. I think it
don't
depends
know.
on the athlete. I think you can
Exactly,
have. I
of
think you
course.
can have a track star get on a sup and on a Parawing, and he's gonna crush.
I think it's
Whatever.
gonna be
I
faster.
don't
Why
know.
wouldn't you want to be on a smaller foil?
But why would it necessarily mean that he's on a smaller foil? Why?
Because
Like, what if the
he
wind
can
was
pop
light?
up with the Parawing. Like he's got more energy to pop up on a smaller foil than with a
I
paddle.
don't know. He's a track star. Like he's
I don't
ripped.
think the foil size matters at
he
that
can flat
level.
water a
At that-
500.
How dare you? What
At
did
that-
you say right now?
at that
it doesn't
level.
matter.
What
For
doesn't
you,
matter?
it does.
Think it- no, for
For
me,
me, it
everything
does.
matters.
For them, which is what I'm telling you. You're dealing
Okay.
with super athletes, and a 500 or a 600, they're gonna fucking pop that thing up. Now,
Yeah.
ask them when they're 35 years old. They're not getting that fucking
Dude,
thing up.
he can flat water start a sinker 50-liter board. Guarantee it.
On what foil?
I don't know. In
That's
the
what
wind, who knows? In flat water,
All right. So I guess we have to wait for next year. I know someone on that top 10 is gonna go, fuck the paddle. I'm gonna Parawing this thing. I'm going on a 430, and I'm just gonna ram everybody. And he's gonna do it, and then it's gonna change.
I don't think that some random on a 430.
It's not a random. It's a top 10. It's a top 10 guy. Top 10 guy. You're not a random, dude. If you're on the top 10, yeah. So
All due respect, the sport keeps evolving, and as more participants come in, because right now the participation level is so small that
I mean,
a
the whole
40-year-old,
the whole sport is so small.
A 40-year-old, a very good foiler that's 40 years old that can do pretty good. In the real world of athletics, where you have hundreds of thousands of participants, you don't have a fucking chance in hell. Like, there is no way you're gonna line up on a track and do a fucking race and have a chance in hell. I'm sorry, but that's just the cold, hard truth. So,
what's your point?
my point is this.
What's your point?
My
'Cause you
point is
lost
this.
me already. What's your
as
point?
As the participant level increases, this is just a fact. The ages of the winners are going to stay in a certain bracket. It's going to be very, very rare that you're going to see somebody over a certain age. You know,
I was really impressed with the Armstrong guy, Army.
dude.
that was impressive.
Huh?
But I was watching him.
Speaking
Fuck,
of guys that
I-
freaking can hang,
Shit.
I don't know what place he got, but
He
pretty
did really
intense.
good. I don't know
He did-
exactly the
he
place,
did-
but
man,
he
he
got
did really
he
good.
was there.
He did really
You were
good.
Yeah.
watching
So
him.
what you just said in the garbage? Army will almost beat him.
who?
All of them. Army almost beat all of them.
But he didn't. You either beat him or you don't.
Man,
You know?
I don't know. I think he's a winner. I don't know exactly what place he finished, but he was when I was watching the dots and everything, I was like,
it was very hard to watch the dots.
the dots
It's
suck.
very
Hey,
hard.
Because the
listen,
dots got all fucked up.
I don't know what
Dude.
GPS or what satellite these people are using.
It was
in
tough.
those dots, sometimes you would see Kyle Lenny like second place, and then
Yeah.
he would be 54.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
go like, what happened in a minute?
You're like, oh
Yeah.
no, Edo dropped down
Yeah.
to fourth,
He-
fifth,
yes.
sixth,
Yes.
seventh, eighth,
So much
ninth.
anxiety.
And then half an hour later, you're like, bonk. And you're like, oh man, this is stressful.
And then they did a live. This was the first time they did the live thing,
Yeah.
and woo. For the next one, I mean, it's just a comment, me just talk more foil, because they were talking about like, what do you want to see if it's a live feed? You want to see the guys, right? You want to see the guys just pumping out there. You want to see them doing that stuff. And all of a sudden they would change to look at some mountains and some turtles. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the guy, Go back into the feed. So I don't know. It was the first one. I really enjoyed it because the finish was awesome. Just
Man,
watching him finish that race
Yeah.
on live. You don't have to
That
be
was
like going
fucking
into
awesome.
Instagram with someone on a camera. That was really good.
That was so exciting.
Yeah.
Look, maybe we can just make this like the modern day horse races. You know, let's get rid of the fucking horses and let's do more downwind foil races and get everybody involved. Put a little bit of
I know
gambling
you've
behind
done,
it, and
like,
that's that.
8 podcasts before this one talking about this, but we weren't here. So I'm going to ask you, what's up with the amp? What's up with the amp boards, the green dot?
They're supposed to be real.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they here? Because I've been seeing them all over the place. Like,
It's a touchy subject. You're hurting
Okay.
me right now.
all right. So they're not here.
No, so they got a lot of them shipped into the States. I had a huge order and I kept on increasing the order, and they said, yes, we can. Yes, we can. And to get all of my order fulfilled, they were waiting to get it all shipped together. And they shipped it out. It got lost. It's not their fault. So it's my shipping company, whatever. It's a cargo. I was supposed to pick it up on Saturday.
Okay.
And I look, it's on the flight, it's ready to go, and then it didn't move. So I called them, like, yeah, we don't know where it is.
That
Mine.
wasn't my point. My
Oh,
English is not
It
100%.
felt very personal.
No, what I meant was, what are you thinking about? Like, because they're already out there, the performance. What do you think
I
about
think
them?
it's
That's
gonna
what I
be
was
sick.
talking. Like, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be whatever the hype was.
Because I saw a video today of someone in Hood River using the 7. What is it? 7 something.
707?
707.
Oh, the foils are way behind. The foils are like October.
But they're already in Hood River. There's a guy using
Well,
them.
that was Eric
Okay.
Geiselman. He's got them.
Okay.
So they're like still, like some team riders have them, but the production is a little bit late.
Is that the only? Is a 700 and what else?
606, 707, 808, 909,
Oh, okay. So I have like 5
1010,
sizes.
1212. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're talking about the foils or
Yeah,
the
the
amp
foils, because that
board?
700 is the
You
one.
said amp.
No, amp. I mean, I don't. What's the brand? My bad.
Flight Lab.
Flight Lab. There you go.
The amp is the
I'm
board.
I'm not a fan of the electric thing in the water, but that board seems like something different. I mean, the foils look really good. But the 700 keeps popping up. Like, that's the number. That's the one. Like, everybody's
707.
into it.
Yeah.
707.
808.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm stoked for that foil. They're going to be at AWSI. Hopefully they've got some to test out. We'll check it out. For the river, it looks dope. You know, for Puerto Rico, I don't know if they have enough glide or pump. Like, we'll see.
What do you mean?
The foil?
Yeah. So how are they good for Hood River but not good for Puerto Rico?
Well, Hood Rivers, the waves are super slow,
Okay.
right?
So you're saying
like
they-
you're carving around
Yeah.
and surfing on a light wind day here. Like, even if I was on an S series on the code, like sometimes it's a little bit of work,
Yeah.
right? It's a
Yeah,
9 aspect ratio or whatever. If they're in like an 8 or a 9 aspect ratio, it's work, you know, to downwind.
It's Code coming out with something new
I'd hope
soon?
so.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Really?
They're supposed to be coming out with like a surf foil, like in the 8 aspect kind of ratio, but still no news. They need to come out with something new.
Okay.
People are jumping ship.
Yeah. Yeah, he jumped ship.
Walt
months ago.
jumped ship.
Yeah.
You know, he's on KT now.
And it's
He was on Flight
and it's
Lab.
not bad. If you get that 770 or the 680 with whatever the 150 tail, if you got your setup down, it's really easy. It's cool, but
What is it? What is it?
that 141,
That
dude,
141. That 141.
that F1, whatever it is momentum, Eagle X,
I knew
whatever
this
you
was
use of
gonna come up
F1,
again.
just slap that 141 on that thing. It's just that's it. You don't need anything else. I wanna give a shout out to the people who made our trip over there really, really great. It was a good trip, but these people just took it to another level. Kevin,
Yeah.
am I getting it right?
You got
Kevin
it.
is the guy who did a jiu-jitsu match with my boy Roy here on a bar.
no.
That's another subject. We're not going to talk about it, but they went at it. Now they're good friends. Glenn's my boy. Glenn's the right? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
You got it. You got it.
Rob's the photographer. No, Kevin is the photographer.
Well, Rob.
Rob is the one who twists the pictures.
Yeah, Rob is a picture twister.
Dan's the guy with the 10 runs
Yeah.
and the red pickup.
Yeah, Dan doesn't quit.
No, Dan doesn't
Dan
quit.
the man.
Dan's the man. Who's the guy with the
Jamie had the rape van, remember?
the rape van? Jamie. Jamie with
He
the
gets
rape
real
van. Yeah. Is he the guy with the? Who's the guy with the Parawings? The really cheap Parawings.
That's Jamie.
Yeah, that's
That's
Jamie.
the
That's
same
Jamie.
guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the one hitting on Phil's wife. He's like, come on, get in the van.
Shout out
And
to
Carla's
Jamie.
she's like, yeah, that guy Jamie's so friendly. This van.
The van looks so sketchy, dude. You look at the van, you go like,
I've had a sandwich in that van.
there you
Me
go.
too. It's
know.
good. It's a good van.
Yeah.
And
He's a good guy.
who else? That was it. Kevin. Oh,
I mean,
Chris.
you're gonna forget a lot
don't
of
forget
people.
Chris with the
Fuck.
141
Chris
tail.
McDonald, 141. My boy Blue.
Yeah.
That's it. If I'm
I
forgetting
mean, look,
anyone
foiling.
else,
It's all about the people.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
why
but
we do this.
This crew is
We do
different.
this for the people.
Yeah, I know, but this crew is different. It's not the same. They hang out at the basement or whatever you call it down there. You finish your day, 5, 6 o'clock.
I don't think
Everybody
you're allowed
pulls
to
out
talk
their
about the
chairs.
basement.
Wait,
Hey.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's for the next one. So yeah, thanks to all those guys. Yeah, Glenn, Kevin, Rob, Dan. That's it. You're not forgetting anyone?
Jamie with the
Jamie,
rape van.
right.
Oh man, I didn't record this. Hey everyone, welcome to the X-Foils podcast. Thanks for joining us. I've got Roy and Mickey here.
Let's get out of here.
Really?
Cheers, guys.
All right. Good one.
You want to say anything special?
Let me just push this button.
Yeah, you can push that.